I know you're tired, and I know you want greens like this, and I know that you're buying those bag greens because you don't feel like cooking them, you don't feel like chopping them, you don't feel like cleaning them, you don't feel like de-stemming them, and you don't have to. You can take your bunches of greens just like this, not cleaned at all, and put them into a food processor. But watch out for this fail. I'm putting giant bunches into my food processor. I put my lid on and guess what happens? Nothing, because there's too many greens in there. So let's start again. Smaller bunches of greens inside the food processor, lid on, and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse until those greens are nice and small. And I did 4 bunches of greens this way, and I mixed them up. So I did collards and I did kales together because mixed greens really bring out the flavor in greens. So no longer do you have to buy those greens in the bags. You can actually buy bunches. They're less expensive, and you use your food processor, and it makes it so much easier. Don't forget that the stems are also very nutritious, and they just add so much more flavor to the greens. So you want to keep the stems if you can. And the way to keep the stems is by using your food processor. Okay, now that the greens are all processed down with the stems, use a little vinegar, white vinegar or apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar, and let it sit in a bunch of water and just move the greens all around so that they're all soaking up that vinegar water and getting clean. Put them inside of your salad spinner or a colander and then lift it out and let the water drain on the bottom. Do this about 3 or 4 times. Now this next process is going to give you greens in 20 minutes if you're using your Instant Pot or your pressure cooker. So I use olive oil. Then I also added in chopped up veggies that I made inside of my food processor. So I have peppers, onions, celery, garlic, and tomato all inside of my food processor. And let that saute on high in my Instant Pot. Now season them up. I use onion powder, garlic powder, and mushroom seasoning. You can add in any other seasoning that you like. Now we're going to slowly add our cleaned and chopped greens into the vegetable mixture inside of the pressure cooker. We're also going to lightly salt every layer, and we're not going to use any liquid inside of these greens. The vegetables and the greens are going to make their own juices, and plenty of it, as long as you slowly mix and slowly salt. When you start to see liquid form on the bottom, that's when it's time to put the lid on. These greens are amazing with not one bit of extra water.